everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Trouble Free. In today's video I'll be explaining you about the process of behavioral modification and the subject of organization behavior. So basically in this video what we will learn is what is behavioral modification and what are the different steps involved in it, how that process of behavioral modification will happen. Okay, simple. It is a step-by-step process in which you are modifying the behavior of your employee in order to improve your organization's performance. Okay, you are hiring somebody and that person's behavior may not be appropriate to your organization standards. Okay, he or she might be behaving in different way, but you don't want that person to behave in that way according to your organization. Then what you will do, you will have to modify the behavior of that person. Okay, and the modification of the behavior of a person or of an organization of anything, the modification of behavior doesn't only says that it belongs to only person. I just took a person as an example. So when you want to change some behavior, then you cannot just straight away change it. There are some steps that you have to follow in order to change. So in this video we will be learning what are the different steps involved in it. Okay, first is identification. Okay, we have total of 5 steps: identification, measurement, and then we have analysis, intervention, and evaluation. We will learn about each of them. First is identification. Here managers should classify all the behaviors as desirable and undesirable. So all the behaviors which are present in the organization should be taken and the manager should classify them as desirable behaviors or undesirable behaviors. Okay, that means those behaviors are good or they are bad. Then the most important behavior should be identified. So among all the behaviors there will be some important things. In the suppose in your college also there will be some rules, but among all the rules there will be some important rules which you have to strictly follow, right? For example, our college people will be saying that phones are not allowed, but still we will carry phones with us, but we might not open them in the classrooms and all, but we will carry, right? And for example, weapons are not allowed. Weapons are not allowed is a very strict rule, so you cannot carry weapons to, you will not have that dare to carry weapons to the college, right? So here weapons are not allowed is very important rule when compared to phones are not allowed. So in the same way in the organization also there will be some most important behaviors. Those kind of behaviors are identified. In the identification step you will just identify the behaviors, nothing more. Okay, after identification step we have the next step, which is the measurement. So in measurement what we will do is the frequency of critical behaviors should be measured. Critical behaviors is nothing but important behaviors which we have identified in the previous step, that is in the identification step. Okay, so the frequency of those critical behaviors should be measured, and if that frequency is within the limit then you need not do anything. Okay, the behavior is good, you need not do any changes to that behavior. If that count, if that frequency is more than limit, if it is exceeding the limit, then you have to take necessary actions. So what are those necessary actions that you will be seeing in the next steps? Okay, so if that count, if this frequency, which is simply count, is within the limit, then you need not do anything. If it is more than limit, then you have to take some actions. Got it? Next, the third step is analysis. So in analysis what we will do is whichever behaviors that need modification are identified in the previous step, right? How you are identifying it? With the help of this count. If the count is more than the limit, then you are identifying those behaviors as they need to be modified. Okay, so those identified behaviors are analyzed in this step. Analyzed means what you will do, you will get the information about consequences of that particular behavior. Consequences means effects. So after, because of that behavior, what will happen in the future? Because of that behavior, what changes will happen in the organization? Okay, so that is what you get out of the analysis step. After analysis, you have the fourth step, which is intervention. In intervention, once the analysis is completed in the previous step, we should develop an effective intervention strategy and improve it. So what do you mean by intervention strategy, and what are the intervention strategies that we will learn later? So you have to develop an effective intervention strategy and implement it. Okay, why do we need intervention strategy? In order to improve the behavior. And what are those strategies? We have 4. In the previous video we have learned, right? Positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, extension, and punishment. So these 4 are the strategies. You can pick any one of these and implement them in order to change the behavior. Suppose in positive reinforcement, what you do, you give rewards. In negative reinforcement, what you do, you will remove some of the privileges they already have. In extension, what you will do, you will take back the rewards, right? And in punishment, as usual, you'll give them punishments. So you can pick any one of these strategy according to your scenario, and you can implement that strategy to change the behavior. Okay, next, the 5th step is evaluation, the last step. In evaluation, what you will do is, you will evaluate if all the implemented strategies are working properly or not. That means whether the behavior is corrected or not, the undesirable behavior, it is corrected or not. Okay, simple guys. Let me quickly brief it out for you. In identification, you will identify the behaviors. You'll first classify the behaviors as desirable and undesirable. Then you will count the you will identify the most important behaviors. Next, in the measurement, you will count the frequency of those important behaviors, and that if frequency is in limit, then you will leave it here only, because we need not do any action. But if it is more than limit, then you have to take some action. What action you have to take, that you will come across in the next steps. In the analysis, what you are doing, you are estimating the consequences of the behavior. What will happen if that behavior is continued in the organization? You are estimating, you are analyzing the consequences. Next, you will develop an intervention strategy. Why do you need an intervention strategy? To improve the behavior of the organization or person. Okay, for intervention, we have these 4 strategies. After intervention, you will evaluate whether you have done everything properly or not, whether the intervention strategy is changing the behavior of the organization or not. Okay, so this is about process of behavioral modification. All these 5 steps you have to follow in order to improve the behavior of an organization. Got it? So this is all about this video, and if you understood clearly whatever I've explained in this video, consider liking it and subscribing to my channel. If possible, share it with your friends as well. So yeah, let's meet up soon in the next coming video with another topic.